Austin Mr. Krabs asked, "Hey Linus, can you quickly touch on the decision behind stopping the They're Just Movies podcast?"
Oh.
I gotta say, it was a bit of a shocker for me and a frustrating one. I've talked, I feel like, a lot about people assuming the worst of me lately. And this was...
So why did you shove the dagger in the back of They're Just Movies?
This was yet another situation like that was really frustrating for me. Like, I understand I'm sort of the front man here, and not every decision that I make is, necessarily understandable to everyone, or right. I don't always get it right, but for people to assume some kind of malice or some kind of evil or whatever else when we're making a business decision and doing something, it just feels so unfair. Like, sure, by all means, ask. Austin Mr. Krabs is doing it right. Ask me. I'm not actually that difficult to get in touch with. But why would you assume, for example, that, man, I've read some super frustrating stuff. Like, what is up with Linus not being able to give some of his employees, a little bit of time, 3 man-hours a week to record this passion project? Why is it always all about money with him? And I'm kind of sitting here going, well, okay, there's so much wrong with this. It's not 1 hour each. But you think it's edited, right? So they actually do record for longer than that. They have to edit it. Okay, so you're wrong about the time commitment. It's a lot more than you think. B, I wasn't even the one who brought it up. Like, the discontinuation of the They're Just Movies podcast was not a Linus initiative. So you're just making assumptions. There are business reasons why it probably doesn't make sense to continue. I can tell you it's not profitable, but that is not the reason that it was ultimately shelved.
If that was the reason, it would have been killed a long time ago.
It was a team decision, and it's one that I don't know if the team behind the podcast is going to talk about how everyone feels about it individually, but ultimately it was a team decision that was made, and we're not able to move forward with it. That doesn't necessarily mean that I'm evil. It just means that for Linus Media Group Incorporated, it doesn't make sense to continue that project. Like, come on, guys. Ugh. Yeah, evil Linus shoots down small podcast. Exactly. Exactly. Blaze Henry 1 says, "Linus, you're taking random criticism on the internet way too personally. My personal critique of you on the internet." Yeah, the thing is that it is personal, right? It is personal. It's this personal attack that is just based on an assumption rather than being based on something that I've actually done. And a lot of the time flies in the face of every public action that I've ever taken before and since. So it's just, very, 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 very frustrating.
We've taken a lot of criticism over the years. Sometimes it's super founded. Sometimes it's not.
Oh, sometimes it's very valid.
And
and that's one of the reasons
it sucks when it's wrong, I think.
Yeah, well, I do take critique seriously.
Yeah.
And we are always trying to do better, which is why when the critique is not helpful and not based on anything and just sort of random vitriol, random anger, that I don't know how to deal with it because I can't block it out. I have to filter through garbage in order to find these nuggets that really do make me a better person or make us a better company.
Which does happen.
It happens a lot. Your feedback is valuable.
Some people have abused this, but all the WAN shows or anything else that I'm in, I load all the comments, which sometimes takes a while, and then I Control F for my name every time because I want to know. There's good stuff, which is nice, but there's also negative stuff, and sometimes the negative stuff is very legit, and I should act on that, and I try to. I don't know. And sometimes it's not legit, and it's really frustrating.
Yeah.
And that's just, I don't know. It is what it is.